Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Action Comics 1058. This is a new book from DC Comics. Before we get into the main story, let's talk about some of the new stories that we have featured in the back of the book. First, we have Secret Identity Part 1 by Jin Liu Yang, with art by Viktor Bogdanovic, colors by Mike Spicer. This features the return of the Superman of China. Now, we've seen him in intertwined in the main story of Action Comics, but we have another story now in the back of this issue that is a standalone Superman of China story. I don't even want to go into any details to avoid any spoilers because I think it's really interesting to go in, how this will change the relationship with the super family. We also have Panic at the Parade. This is written by Greg Hahn and with art by Travis Mercer, colors by Andrew Dalhouse. This features an old character from Superman. I won't even go into details, and the twins. That one's kind of more of a fun romp at the parade, as you would with the characters that are involved. So that was really fun. Now let's talk about the larger story here. We have New Worlds Part 2. This is the ongoing storyline that kicked off with the last issue. This issue is written by Phillip Kennedy Johnson with art by Rafa Sandoval, colors by Matt Herms, and letters by Dave Sharpe. Dave Sharpe actually letters all three of the stories. That's why I hadn't mentioned they letter in this issue. When the mysterious young Norah Stone drains Superman's strength and unleashes an impostor tyrant Superman on Metropolis in his place, a powerless Clark Kent is forced to face the monster alone. But who is Norah Stone, and can Clark protect his identity while fighting this impossible battle? After the events of the last issue, Superman had lost his powers. There was this new Superman that has stolen that power from him. The Norah Stone, who is revealed to be the leader of this Blue Earth movement, is out there and has all the machinations are in place. This was a really great to kick off the start of the story. Like, I'm so impressed by the way that the fight folds out at the beginning between Clark, who has lost most of his powers, and this new Superman who has stolen those powers. And I think Fellow Kennedy Johnson does a fantastic job of showing that Superman and Clark are more than just the powers that are given. He is a complete being. He has his intellect. There's so much more than just the powers that he gets from the sun. So let's take a look at some of the preview art because Rafa Sandoval is doing some outstanding work. Really cool sequences. I love these shots of you're showing Clark being at a great disadvantage here, and also kind of this is what other people feel like when Superman, when they run into Superman and they're trying to fight him. I think that's a really cool shot on the first page, and of course we have a lot of action happening. Really cool panel layouts that just allow the action to flow through and the story to keep moving forward. Big sound effects because these are punches from Superman onto Clark, who, like I said, has lost most of his powers, but he may be down, but he's not out yet. And this is where his intellect comes into play, because along with Superman's powers come everything, right? Not just his super strength, his invulnerability, his flight, but all the other little powers that Clark has managed to fine tune throughout the years. Also, Clark has the resources of the super core that Lex has kind of left in place for him. So it is such a fantastic story. And this is just the beginning of what's going on in this issue. By the end of the issue, we get a really fun, really cool reveal, which is it feels a little bit of a throwback. So I like that Phillip Kennedy Johnson is exploring new avenues for Superman, while still bringing in some of those some of that history that we know from the past. So it is very accessible to readers old and new, and I think everyone will get something different out of it. So I really, really enjoyed this issue. I'm really enjoying the story. We haven't even touched really on what the full purpose of the Blue Earth and what Norah Stone is really after. But if we get any more, if we get action and then little bits of this mystery as we go through this arc, I'm going to be very satisfied. And this might be one of the runs that I just kind of recommend to people if they want to read some cool Superman stories. So If you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.